Hi, this is William B. Weeks Jr. and today I'm going to be talking about one of the trips that I took to China and one of the places I went. In this particular trip I traveled so many times to Asia that I've been able to see a large portion of the country. For this trip we were taken to a minority village. I was doing work in Chengdu on with the Aerospace Defense Department of China, and this is where they actually manufacture, design, and test the new J-20 stealth fighter that they've just come out with. But minority villages are kind of interesting because they're not really Chinese. They are more alike to our Native American Indians, and so they're basically somewhat ethnically different than the Chinese themselves. But so they've been allocated a certain amount of space and land, but they still practice their own original philosophies as a Native American, Native Chinese. Chengdu is pretty interesting. It's a small little village on a lake, and actually consists of 3 or 4 different minorities around this lake. And as you go up to it, you can still see the ancient wall to the city, and you can walk down the streets of the ancient city. And of course it's a fairly big tourist area at this point, but the lakes were very low when we went there, and I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but basically, as a tourist site, they have these boats where they take out different parties of people. And so the first place we did is went across the lake, and there is a structure there that was pretty interesting. But it's set up so that they can provide entertainment, and so they have dancing, and you can see in the lower right hand corner the native tribes dress. Another part of the village is a different minority group, and you can see they have a little bit different costumes as well. And then again, on the right hand side is one of the structures that they created there. We went to another area, and as our trip was primarily about 4 or 5 hours, and went on into the evening time meal, and as you can see, they serve an awfully big meal. And there's everything in this meal, from turtle to you name it. Some of the stuff I don't even remember what it was called. So, but all very good, very spicy, which I like. One of the highlights, of course, is just before starting, the minority village ladies come around, and they have a rice wine somewhat similar to sake, not nearly as sweet or as refined, but still very good. And they will stand on either side of you, and you'll drink 4 or 5 of these very quickly, and then they never let the cup run dry. So so it can make for an interesting evening. One of the things they did that particular evening, they had a dance troupe there, and although I don't have enough of the pictures to show you because they were very dynamic, these ladies would stand on top of each other, form pyramids, do somersaults and backflips off of it. Very athletic, and all done to the music that was culturally associated with that tribe. One of the other things they did, which was really interesting, they have a ladder of swords, and you can see on the right side I'm out there looking to check the sword out, and yes, they were sharp. And so what they do is they actually climb this ladder, their bare feet, and this pole actually spins around, and the young lady on the right hand side actually climbs up and climbs over the top of the gentleman, and then he grabs her by the hair and they swing this pole around, and so he is standing there swinging her on the top, very top of the pole, and the pole is probably 35 feet high. So a lot of excitement. A little bit later on, they actually did a fire walk in their bare feet, and that was interesting, but it was a little bit too dark to shoot at that point. But anyway, hopefully you'll come and join us group at Home Businesses, and we look forward to seeing you there.